Welcome in, Lacrosse fans, to the Men's Elite Division Championship at the 2019 Vail Lacrosse Shootout between the Big Green Herd and Scorebreak. I'm Matt Anderson alongside Ian Foster. Ian, it's good to have you here on the broadcast.
Yeah, it's I can't wait to see how this game goes and what's going to come out. These are two really good teams. Obviously, we're here in the finals. Just looking forward to getting going here.
Ian, your team, you're on Mohawk Tile. You guys faced Big Green Herd in the during the semifinals.
Yeah.
What can you say about that game?
The game, it was funny. We came out really hot. We were up 4-1 against them. But I think at the end of the day, one of the most important things in Vail Lacrosse, especially out here in the facing the elements, is that you got to have legs. You got to have a team with a longer bench. We had at one point, I think I looked around and we had one midi that was ready to go, and they have like four over on their sideline. So obviously they're a really good team and they're well conditioned, and yeah, that's what really matters most out here.
As we see the face-off get underway. Number 1 for Scorebreak, that's Brett Booz, won the draw. Scorebreak able to control. Now with number 19, that's John Bowler. Now behind to number 2, Greg Milaw. Scorebreak's been rolling these last couple games, beating their opponents by quite a large margin. As we see a save there by the Big Green Herd goalkeeper, Nate Sikierski.
Oh, that was a big shot there by 22.
Yeah, that's Riley Siddell. As we see Big Green Herd trying to crowd on their offensive end, but Scorebreak will come up with possession. Ball now with number 15, Doug Goldsmith. Goldsmith feeds it over to the wing. That's a shot. That goes left of the cage by Greg Milaw and backed up by the Big Green Herd.
That was Ryan O'Connor there with a big hustle play for the Big Green Herd, trying to get some offense going here now.
So here comes Trevor Ballantine. Now over to the goalie's top right corner. Now back over to Ballantine. Here comes number 40, Matt Tannenblatt. Tannenblatt takes it down the middle of the field. Well defended there on Matt Paul as number 15, Doug Goldsmith. Ball's loose on the field. That'll be a failure to advance call. Excuse me, maybe shot clock violation. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Signals mixed me up there. So.
Yeah. It's different with the whole shot clock rule in this tournament, where it doesn't have to really go on cage, just kind of around the net. But I like how it's keeping the pace of the games up, especially for when I was playing out there. It's a little different than college lacrosse, but I think I like it a little bit more.
So Ian, you play at Drexel University. You'll be a senior
Yes.
this year. Talk a little bit about, you playing at Drexel and what the Dragons are going to look like next season.
We're getting a lot of our team back. We only graduated about 4 guys last year, so Drexel's really looking, after making it to the finals and only losing to Towson by either 1 or 2. Our team's really looking good this year. Obviously, the CAA is always a really solid conference. There's no bad team in it. But, I'm just looking to have a good year and a good senior season at Drexel under Coach Brian Volker.
There's a couple of other Drexel players out here at the tournament as well. So
Yeah.
to have some of your teammates out here.
Oh, yeah, it's always awesome, getting some chemistry going in the summer, especially with some of the younger guys, too, that you don't, obviously you play with them all year, and then it's fun to kind of come out here, relax, and also play some intense lacrosse in the beautiful mountains of Vail, Colorado.
That shot by number 18, Ty Delaney, bounces over the cage. Ball be brought in by number 2, Greg Milaw. Here comes Milaw. Gets his hands free, get a shot off. That's a save there by the big green herd goalkeeper. Loses it for a moment. That's Kyle Feeney for the big green herd.
Easy clear here for the big green herd.
So Randall passes the ball down to the wing. Right back up to Randall. And now over to number 14. That's Mike Olentine. I think Mike Olentine drinks his Ovaltine. Wouldn't you say there?
Yeah.
Would you say there, Joe? Ian, sorry, I don't.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
So ball's now with number 22, Will Randall. Randall rolls back. Here's the double team.
That
That's a save there by the Scorebreak goalkeeper, number 23, Nate Sikierski. Ball now ahead with number 15, Doug Goldsmith. Our score here still 0-0 with 7:20 to play in the first quarter. So Ian, this has not been your first tournament you've been to here.
No,
Talk a little bit about some of the fun events you've been able to do here. You know, it's obviously a great tourist destination and a great way to spend your 4th of July. So.
Oh yeah. So like yesterday, I've gone for a couple hikes here already, just trying to see some of the scenery. Obviously, you know, you're kind of tired after the games, but you got to take advantage of all of Vail and what it has to offer. From like whether it's rafting, some of the guys went rafting, or it's hiking, or even just getting outside and enjoying the nice weather. It's definitely all part of the experience here in Vail.
If you love the outdoors and if you love lacrosse, Vail is definitely a must-visit destination for you.
Yeah, and you can't beat it. I think it's been sunny every single day the tournament's been out here.
Yeah,
I've seen nothing
it's
but
been
blue
great.
skies.
So now we see number 14 with the ball. That's Mike Olentine. Olentine gets it back over to number 42, now down to the wing. Ball's now up with number 9. 9 gets inside. That's a shot by number 9, Cam Lee. Backed up by Scorebreak. 6:14 remaining in the first period. Our score is still 0-0. Here's Sikierski. Gets it ahead to number 18 for Scorebreak, Ty Delaney. Delaney will bring the ball into the box. That's a shot by number 11 for Scorebreak, Thomas Muldoon. Muldoon, the Denver Outlaw.
Huh.
Former Denver Outlaw,
Yeah.
I believe.
It's pretty cool seeing some of these pro guys come out and play. I think that's one of the other really unique things about playing here in Vail is you get all different caliber players. I mean, obviously there's a lot of college lacrosse players here, but then every once in a while you'll see a former and current pros come out here and want to enjoy it for a game or two as well.
Well, and you know that kind of goes back to the history of the tournament. Back in the mid '90s, we actually posted this throwback video to the 1996 Vail Shootout on our social media pages today. But you know, guys like Tom Marachek, Sal Lacasio, the Gates, the Powells, they'd come out to this tournament, and so it was definitely one of the premier tournaments in the country, and it still is. You know, still a lot of high level of play out here. A lot of big names that come out to this tournament.
Oh yeah, certainly. I know 2 years ago, one of the coolest lacrosse experiences I ever got is I got to play against all the Thompson brothers out here as well. With like Bill O'Brien was on that team too, and just being able to play with them and have a conversation with them after the game, it's like you realize how small the lacrosse world is and how much everybody really cares and enjoys this game. It's almost a game that's more than life to some people, which is really cool.
That underhanded shot was by Tyler Snyder. So here comes the big green herd. Can't hang on to it. Big hit there by number 13 for Scorebreak. That's Jordan Hendry.
That might be the play that Scorebreak needs to kind of get out of this 0-0 slump.
So here's number 24 with the ball, Jake Gavette. As we mentioned in the Scorebreak semifinal game, Gavette, relation to Steve Gavette of the San Diego Seals, their GM. San Diego Seals had a great first inaugural season in the NLL this last year.
Yeah, they did. It was really cool to see, especially a team so far on the West Coast to do so well. Obviously, there's a lot of lacrosse expanding out there, but it's just another example of how the game's growing.
They had, I believe, an incredible attendance record this year, too.
Yeah,
I think it was near the top of the NLL, so.
It's good seeing the Wings back in Philadelphia, too. We were able to go to some of those games, and obviously the Wings have a good crowd, you know, Philadelphia being a big sports town. They really embraced them, which was nice to see.
That's a shot by number 20 for the big green herd, Armin Mortazavi. Now over to number 32, Bobby DeWeese. Here comes DeWeese. Gets a shot off. I'll go right of the cage. Backed up by the goalkeeper, Sikierski. Hendry now up to number 12, Troy Loper. Loper out of Cleveland State, an up-and-coming program. Had the chance to sit down with Cleveland State's head coach at the Adrenaline All-American Games. Great stop there.
Oh, really? How was that?
It was good, yeah. It was great event, great experience, and you know, he's a very just down-to-earth, very personable guy. So
that's good to hear. That's what you want in a coach.
So ball's now with number 14 for the big green herd, Mike Olentine. Here comes number 4, Matt Paul. Paul feeds crease.
Another good look.
There's another feed to crease. That one is dropped by Chase Bailey, now being pushed ahead by Scorebreak's number 19, John Bowler. Again, great stop there by the big green herd goalkeeper, Kyle Feeney.
Kyle Feeney already starting to stand on his head here for the big green herd, having some really good saves coming right out of the gate here in the first quarter.
Ball's on the big green herd's offensive end. Just under 1 minute remaining in this first quarter. Our score is still 0-0. We'll see who can draw first blood and if it will be in this period. Ball's on the turf. 30 seconds left in the first quarter.
Still fighting for it.
That'll be Scorebreak's ball. Looking like some players having a couple words at each other. Number 37 will start with it for Scorebreak, Kyle Carrasca. Now with number 9, Patrick Marks. Marks over to Bertrand. Bertrand has 10 seconds left.
He's got to go to the net here. He's going to take a shot.
That'll bounce over the cage. They'll have 4.8 seconds remaining on the clock. They crash cage, unable to hang on to it. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Our score here is 0-0. Stay tuned for the second quarter. We'll be back after this.
Rites of passage. Rituals. Special.
If you could improve the life of a child in need by playing lacrosse, would you? With Lacrosse the Nations, you can. Join Team LTN today to change the lives of children around the world.
You're proud to call Colorado home. So are we. Since 1973, we've been giving back to the communities where we live, work, and play across.
We're back for the second quarter between the Big Green Herd and Scorebreak. Our score here is 0-0 as we move into the second quarter. So Ian, what did you see from that first quarter that you liked or maybe didn't like from either team?
You know, I think the big thing is just making the simple plays right. Obviously, I mean, you need to force the ball here and there, but for the most part, it's the simple stuff that's kind of killing both these teams. It's the fast breaks and not being able to catch and throw sometimes, and you know, like getting shots more on net. I mean, a lot of shots have gone wide today, which, you know, if you don't put a ball in the back of the cage, you're not going to score. So, but for the most part, both teams are playing really hard and really tough. It's been solid defense and really solid goaltending. So,
face-off win there by number 1, Brett Booz. Booz takes it down the middle of the field, has the ball checked out of his stick. That sent the shot wide. Backed up by Scorebreak. Now up with number 9, Patrick Marks. Here comes Bertrand. Sweeps across the top left corner. That's a shot and a save. Save there by the goalkeeper for the Big Green Herd. That's number 29, Kyle Feeney. And Feeney looks like he may have taken one to the cup there.
yeah. Another good save by Feeney, although he's probably feeling it after that one. Ball returns to Scorebreak again.
Ball now with Tyler Snyder. Snyder, the Colorado product, now over to number 18, Ty Delaney.
I like Delaney's dodge a lot. He's pretty smooth and pretty shifty with it. Able to create some good offense here, and
oh, that one just misses the cage.
It's number 6, Charlie
Bertrand, yeah.
Bertrand from Merrimack.
Looks like that'll be a crease violation on number 14. That's Ryan Danahay. Ball now with the Big Green Herd. Just over 10 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Our score here is still 0-0. It's been a deadlock thus far.
As we see, there's the first goal of the day.
Great bouncer there by the Big Green Herd player. That's number 4, Matt Paul. Great goal there by Paul. So, Ian, I was just about to ask you, how do you start if you're having a lot of shots going wide? How do you start converting on those?
Sometimes it's the where you're shooting from. Obviously, like lower angles to better angle shots. On top of that as well, just kind of getting your feet set, moving the ball around, getting some dummy dodges, passing it 2 more over so that you can get some guys to get some more set shots on cage, because a lot of the run and gun stuff, you can get the goalie off guard, but a lot of them seem to go wide.
So ball's now with number 3, Kyle Menendez. Picked up by the goalkeeper for Scorebreak, Sikierski. And being brought up by number 19, John Bowler.
It's a good dodge there.
Here comes Marks, feeds. It's number 2, Greg Mala, but he can't hang on to that pass. A little bit high.
Ref gets in his way a little bit there on the JV. It's kind of funny.
So Mala tries to get inside, flicks it back to Bertrand. Bertrand over to Marks. Marks now over to Danahay.
Oh, that's a great feed to the crease.
Danahay fed it inside to number 24, Jake Gavette, for the easy dunk. Great goal there.
Yeah, really good
Great
goal.
feed.
Good vision. Good vision. That's the kind of stuff that's going to make the difference in a game like this. Getting some dodges in, finding the open man, and just feeding it right to his stick. It's an easy goal there.
Danahay,
Scorebreak.
yeah, Danahay actually, has a lot of that box experience,
Yeah.
so you can definitely tell he has that field,
Yeah,
that
definitely.
field or floor vision that that's kind of you associate with box lacrosse
Yeah,
players.
It's definitely a unique skill that a lot of those blocks players have. That's why they can be such a weapon on attack and offense.
Outside shot by the long pole. That was number
blocked.
35 on the shot, Jimmy Kraft. Ball's at near midfield. And will be picked up by number 9, Cam Lee. Zach Handy tries to roll back.
Oh,
Gets
that's
a shot
good
off.
Pump fake by Zach Handy. Got his defenseman to look there. He took that shot.
Handy again tries to dodge. This one flies out of his stick, and that'll be a turnover. Ball's now with Sikierski. Now over to number 37, Karaska, who gets it to number 15, Doug Goldsmith. Goldsmith will bring the ball to the Scorebreak offensive side of the field. 7:31 remaining in the second quarter, all tied up at 1. Bertrand gets the ball over to number 22, Riley Siddell.
Siddell's going to dodge here. And pull it back out.
Bertrand gets inside, gets a shot off that bounces left of the cage, backed up by Danahay.
It's a nice twister by Bertram. That sometimes goalies can't really see those twisters too well from the way they kind of come off the stick. It's a good shot, especially when you're inside like that.
So here comes Siddell. Siddell with a shot.
And that just goes wide. Scorebreak will continue with their offense, backing that one up.
Snyder with the ball now. Snyder with the shot. And that'll
scores.
Yeah, that'll bounce to the top part of the cage there, beating number 29, Kyle Feeney. Great shot there by Snyder. What did you see that you liked about that goal?
I mean, being from an outside shot, bounce shot, sidearm, that's just a really good shot. Coming off the hip like that, the goalie doesn't really have much time to react on a bounce shot that bounces that high. It's tough to get to, and it's a good shot. Good placement.
Scorebreak with the 2-1 lead. 6:43 remaining in the second quarter.
I like how Scorebreak's been backing up a lot of their shots today. It allows them to retain possession and keep getting shots on goal. That's a really important part to the Vail tournament. I don't think our team wasn't doing that as much yesterday, and it kind of cost us our defeat to the Big Green Herd, because you got to back up shots, especially with the shot clock the way it is and the rule out here.
And as you were talking about, having legs is an important part of this tournament.
Yeah.
And, backing up shots and having extended possessions can really wear a defense down.
Definitely. I mean, there was a couple possessions yesterday where I think we were stuck on defense for at least 3-4 minutes just because they kept backing up shots. And you keep playing solid defense, but more shots on goal, and they keep backing them up. You just kind of get stuck down there sometimes. Can really swing the momentum of a game.
Ball's now with number 22, Will Randall. Errant pass there. That will stay up right on the line, and will go towards Scorebreak.
Scorebreak will miss that ball there, and it'll go back outside to the Green Herd.
Kyle Menendez gets it to his goalkeeper, who sends it ahead to number 66, Adam Fishman. Fishman had a big game yesterday. Ball's taken away and picked up by number 46 for the Big Green Herd, James Bassett. Here comes number 15, Doug Goldsmith. Now with number 19, John Bowler.
Ballard sends it long. Ball will go back to the Big Green Herd. They're going to come down on an unsettled offense here. Let's see if he takes it. Shot to just a bit outside there.
Scorebreak will clear as Tyler Leantonio brings it up. Now over to Marks. Thomas Muldoon now with the ball.
It's a good defense. That would be number 4 for Dartmouth, Matt Paul.
Muldoon shot just pings off of that post. Number 2. Number 2, that's Greg Millar, got absolutely hacked going in there.
Yeah, Big Green Herd is just throwing the poles down on him today.
Shot by the long pole, number 2, Jack Ambrose, misses the cage.
Looks like Big Green Herd will retain possession though, chasing that ball out.
3:45 remaining in the second quarter. Our score here, Scorebreak 2, Big Green Herd 1. Ball's at X. Now being brought around the cage. Gets tied up. Could have been a hold maybe, but was
questionable call, but
takeaway there by Carrasco.
Yeah, good takeaway by Carrasco if it wasn't a hold. Looking at Scorebreak's roster here, they got a lot of very talented college lacrosse players, a lot younger college lacrosse players, which is cool to see. It's obviously a fun time for any age, fun group for any age. With I think the oldest group is what, 60 and over here.
Yeah, I think there's been some people over 70 that have played.
Wow. Yeah, that's so unique that there's a U19 tournament and then it goes all the way up to like Zen Masters, which is I think the oldest division here.
Yep.
Talent of all shapes and sizes for sure.
So Riley Siddell feeds crease. One can't hang on. Sekirski will pick up that. Here comes number 15 for Scorebreak, Doug Goldsmith. Goldsmith
going all the way coast to coast with it there.
Great work by Goldsmith. Great effort there to give his team the 2-goal lead. Our score now, Scorebreak 3, Big Green Herd 1, 2:17 remaining in the second quarter.
It's really good hustle play by Goldsmith to break the ball out and then take it all the way down to the rack to score.
Face-off win by Brett Booz.
Brett Booz is having a day out here today. Face-offs are such an important part to the game. And if your team can't get possession, it can make it pretty tough to win.
Oh, what a move by Bertrand. Even better save there by Feeney.
Feeney with another great save today. Part of the reason why Big Green Herd is still in this game.
That shot will miss the cage. Being inbounded now by Todd Heritage. Of a crease violation. Now with number 19 for Scorebreak, John Bowler. Bobby with the Big Green Herd now. 1:25 remaining in this second quarter. Our score 3-1 for Scorebreak over the Big Green Herd. So if you're Ian, if you're the Big Green Herd, what are you drawing up here for the last minute of play?
I think you just need to get a longer possession here, kind of get more of a settled offense, and just kind of set something up to get the ball on the net, get the balls on the net, and stuff like that isn't really going to work. You don't really want to be forcing the ball, especially late in the half like this.
As we see the turnover and the ball now with Scorebreak. Outside shot there from number 19 for Scorebreak, John Bowler, and he beats the goalkeeper, Kyle Feeney. Great score there by Bowler with 52 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Scorebreak starting to take the lead here. Yeah, like I was saying, Big Green Herd just needs to start winning a couple more face-offs here and getting a couple longer possessions. I think that'll be the key to getting back into this game. I think I might have jinxed us here when I said it was sunny every day here in Vail because we're starting to get a little rain here.
Water definitely starting to come down, yeah.
Yeah.
Face-off won by the Big Green Herd. Number 17, Alex Otero. Now we're number 40, Matt Tannenblatt.
35 seconds left.
A little bit of an afternoon
Shower. Yeah.
We'll see how that affects play here. Ten seconds remaining now as we see the putback by number 4 for the Big Green Herd, Matt Paul. What a play there by Paul.
Matt Paul's been playing pretty well today. He's had some pretty good dodges, and I think that's his second goal of the game.
I think you're right. I think he's had both of their goals
Yeah.
today. So score now is 4-2 for Scorebreak over the Big Green Herd. 9 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Maybe we'll have to have them close the roof on the dome. And,
Yeah. It's an interesting pass there.
2.2 seconds remaining now in the second quarter. And they'll call it. So our score here at the end of the first half, Scorebreak 4, Big Green Herd 2. We'll take a break and be back after this. We're back for the second half between Scorebreak and the Big Green Herd. Our score here is Scorebreak 4, Big Green Herd 2.
Last quarter was a lot more scoring, a lot more action in the second quarter there. Hopefully that will continue into the third quarter and the fourth and the rest of the game.
Both goals for the Big Green Herd have been scored by number 4, Matt Paul. Both Paul and the goalkeeper Kyle Feeney have been putting forth a great effort to help keep their team in this game.
Certainly. Those are two big star players for the Big Green Herd right now. Oh, that's a good pass there. Wish that connected.
Ball with number 96 now, Jeremy Boscher. Over to Marks. Bounce pass. Picked up there by Feeney. Now over to number 44, Ballantine.
Valentine's going to clear it up the field now and try to start some offense for the Big Green Herd.
That shot by number 14 sails wide, Mike Olentine. Ball now with number 44, Trevor Ballantine. That shot hits off of the Scorebreak defender, picked up now by Sikierski. Now over to number 37, Kyle Karaska. Now up to number 15, Doug Goldsmith. Bertrand with the ball.
Bertrand going back to X with it.
Feed to Muldoon, and that's a goal.
That's the kind of offense that you like to see. Just a little bit of keeping. That's a heads-up play there by Bertrand to go behind the net and watch the cut come right in, and Muldoon able to finish it. Good lacrosse there. Good offense for Scorebreak.
Score now 5-2 for Scorebreak over the Big Green Herd. 9:48 remaining in the third quarter. Rain's certainly starting to come down. It's been sunny this entire time, as you mentioned, Ian. So,
fortunately, I think I might have jinxed us here, saying that, but
I didn't realize what kind of power you had.
yeah, I didn't know either until today.
Face-off won by number 44 for Scorebreak, Zach Handy.
Zach Handy's gonna hold on to it.
Now to number 24, Jake Gavette.
Gavette trying to run away from the pole here. Oh, backside one more. That's tough defense by the Big Green Herd. That's just a little bit of a breakdown, letting that guy on the backside open like that.
It was Greg Millah who picked the ball up, able to bury it in the back of the net.
Yeah, good job from Law, able to pick that up off the ground and finish, but that's just a simple communication play what happened there with the Big Green Herd.
Face-off wins the draw is number 1, Brett Booz. Ball still loose, picked up by number 19 for Scorebreak, John Bowler.
Bowler's going to continue to run with it here.
Siddell with the shot. That one will go left of the cage. Ian, when it starts raining like this, shots can tend to start skipping a bit more.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how the goalies handle that.
Yeah. Especially also people's release points are a little different because the mesh gets wet. Sometimes either sticks or slips out of the net a little bit more, out of the head a little bit more. So it's interesting to see who can kind of control their stick and when it starts raining.
Great effort there by Bertrand to get inside on a couple of Big Green Herd defenders and able to put it past Feeney.
That was a solid effort by Bertrand. He's a player to watch for sure for a Scorebreak here, and way to slip in and out of defensemen there. And score that one, making it 7-2 for Scorebreak here in the third quarter.
.8:10 remaining in the third period. Ball now over to Bertrand.
Bertrand is a Merrimack player. Merrimack going Division I next year, I believe. After coming off 2 Division II championships, it'll be interesting to see how Merrimack plays up in the Division I level.
It's a great point. You take a look at other teams that have made that recent Division I transition. You like Marquette, Cleveland State, Utah for one.
Yeah.
Definitely great to be seeing the growth of the game and other teams getting added year after year.
Yeah, it's really cool to see.
Ball now with number 2 for Scorebreak, Greg Millah. Gets it to number 5. That's Tyler Lee Antonio. Over now into the middle to Muldoon. Muldoon gets a shot off. That one bounces over the cage.
Good ball movement there by Scorebreak, able to get it down the floor and almost score there. Another feed to the inside, another save.
By Feeney. That one, however, will get past Feeney as number 24 for Scorebreak. Jake Gavette will get another goal today.
8-2 now for Scorebreak. 7:16 left in the third quarter.
It's a good thing we're all safe and dry here in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, I would not want to be one of the people standing on the sideline or the field right now. Tough pass there for Scorebreak, and possession will go back to Big Green Herd.
Ball now with the long pull, number 7, Ryan O'Connor. Now over to number 32. That's Bobby DeWeese.
See if Big Green Herd can get some offense going here. Been a little quiet this quarter.
So that'll be picked up by Sikierski. Being pushed ahead now by number 15, Doug Goldsmith. Goldsmith feeds crease. Broken up by number 2, Ambrose.
Goldsmith is a pretty solid defensive midi transition guy out there, clearing the ball a lot today and doing his job on defense. Not a role that necessarily gets the most attention, but definitely very important role in lacrosse.
So ball will be brought in by the Big Green Herd. Here comes number 32, Bobby DeWeese dodging. Guarded by number 18, Ty Delaney. DeWeese keeps his head up.
Delaney playing some solid defense there.
As we see a shot by number 4, Matt Paul, saved by Sikierski. He gets the ball ahead up to number 91 for Scorebreak. We don't have his number listed on our roster. Now over to number 12. Loose ball here in the middle of the field, picked up by number 2, Ambrose. Now over to Jimmy Kraft, who gets the ball back to Ambrose.
Flag down for Scorebreak.
Big Green Herd will have an opportunity for a man-up play after this.
you don't really think about everything behind the scenes until you kind of take a step back, watch it, and appreciate everything that goes on to make this happen year after year.
They have a great core of volunteers who come up every year and help out.
Yeah, definitely. And if you ever get a chance, if people are ever up here in Vail to talk to one of them, each one has a special story, and it's something different on how they got involved in this
As we
tournament.
Sorry to cut you off there,
Oh, no
Ian. As we
problem.
see the goal there by number 4 for the Big Green Herd, Matt Paul. Matt Paul scoring all 3 of the Big Green Herd's goals today. Score now 8-3 with 1:27 remaining in the third quarter. Rain has let up here, fortunately, and so the sun is starting to come back out.
And with that, hopefully the Big Green Herd's offense will return as well.
What do you think have been some of the causes for their offensive struggles today?
I think some of it is just turnovers. There's been a lot of turnovers for the Big Green Herd, and that's tough to see in transition on offense and even on defense, just trying to clear the ball. It's such a big, important role in lacrosse is turnovers and maintaining possession, and when you don't have it, your team can't succeed that well. Looks like we have a fast break here for the Big Green Herd.
Paul with the ball takes a shot. That one will miss the cage.
Big Green Herd will chase it down and retain possession.
Just over 1 minute remaining here in the third quarter. Big Green Herd looking to cut the lead to 4. DeWeese gets doubled. Gets a shot off. That one bounces and hits the top
There we
left corner
go.
of the goal.
Another thing for the Big Green Herd to get some offense going is they need more than just 1 or 2 players to create offense for them. It's good to see some other guys get in the mix there.
Eight to 4 now is our score with 47 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Unassisted goal by number 32, Bobby DeWeese. 47 seconds in that third period.
We'll see if the Big Green Herd can cut the lead to 3 heading into the last quarter. Fight for a ground ball at midfield. That's picked up by Scorebreak. Ball's now with number 2, Greg Milah, and up top with number 22, Riley Siddell. Siddell throws an errant pass to Muldoon, and that'll be a turnover with 13 seconds remaining. That'll give the Big Green Herd one final chance at cutting the lead to 3 before the quarter's over, but that pass will go out of bounds.
Another turnover for the Big Green Herd here.
7 seconds remaining. Back and forth here we go.
Yeah, we have a little bit of goalie wars type stuff going on here, just launching it end to end, throwing it up and hoping they can get something out of it.
Looks like they'll call the ball was a shot, and we'll give it to Scorebreak. But that pass will be
it away again to end the quarter.
our score here at the end of the third quarter. Scorebreak 8, Green Herd 4. We will take a break and be back for the remainder of the game, our fourth quarter, after this.
Like you, we home, and we're committed to giving back to the communities we serve across our great. We're
We're back for the fourth quarter of the 2019 Vail Lacrosse Shootout Men's Elite Division Finals. Scorebreak versus the Big Green Herd. Scorebreak with the 8-4 lead heading into the fourth quarter. This is the Vail Shootout's 47th year of operation. A lot of history here. It's been a great tournament so far this week, and definitely one that I'm going to be coming back to.
Yeah, certainly. That face-off was won by Zach Handy, the Arizona State alum.
Ball's now over with Sikorsky. Intercepted by number 16 for the Big Green Herd, Todd Heritage.
Push it here.
Goes right off the helmet of his defender. Number 19, John Bowler.
John Ballard taking that one right off the dome.
Didn't even phase him, it seemed
Yeah,
like. So.
no. Must be those new helmets that Duke's wearing.
So number 19 now with the ball for Scorebreak. That's Bowler. Gets it to number 5, Tyler Lee Antonio. Over to Bertrand on the goalie's top left. Fed to the wing. Now behind it X with Muldoon. Shot by Muldoon. That one will go right of the cage. Backed up by Bertrand. So Bertrand will try to wrap around cage. Gets it up to number 2 for the shot. That sails over the cage. That was Greg Millah on the shot. The Antonio will dodge. That'll reset the shot clock. Now to Muldoon. Muldoon
Struggling to hang on to it there.
Here comes the Big Green Herd looking to cut the lead to 3.
Some solid defense there on Muldoon.
There's
by
a
the Big
2-point
Green
shot.
Herd. Picked back up by the Big Green Herd.
Whose performance has really stood out to you today, Ian?
Well, we're looking at Big Green Herd. Obviously, number 4 has a couple goals for him. That would be Matt Paul. He's pretty good out there. The goalie for the Big Green Herd, although lately has been getting a lot of shots scored on him, he's been a pretty solid defender. Most of this Scorebreak offense, their attack is really impressing me. Number 11 is Thomas Muldoon. He's been really good out here today. A couple of the other middies that they have. James Bassett has been pretty good. Yeah, a lot of guys out here have really impressed me of what I've seen so far.
So Marks will get the ball. That's a feed by number 2, Greg Millah to Muldoon for the easy dunk.
Millah's another kid who's been really playing his part out here today. I think he's got a couple points on the day.
Goal by number 11, Thomas Muldoon. Assisted by number 2, Greg Millah.
Millah has definitely had a hand in a lot of the scoring here today for Scorebreak.
Certainly.
Facing off will be number 1, Brett Booz for Scorebreak. Going against number 2, the long pole, Jack Ambrose for the Big Green Herd.
Ambrose has done a good job today.
Picked up by Booz.
Booze, excuse me. Booze has done a good job.
He's
out
really
here today.
dominated at the
Yeah,
face-off
yeah.
X. Muldoon doesn't seem to like the balls that he's been picking up.
So funny how picky some players are about that.
Ball now with number 96, Jeremy Boscher. Ball's dropped, picked up by 35 for the Big Green Herd, Jimmy Kraft. Now to number 22, Will Randall. He'll bring it across. Randall gets the ball behind X. There's a feed. Can't hang on as number 24, Chase Bailey. And if you're the Big Green Herd, you've got to start converting on those opportunities.
Yeah, especially something like that where it's kind of a broken down defense. I think a team's got a shot. That was a wild shot right there by number 14 for Scorebreak. It's Ryan.
Not quite sure what Danahay was doing there.
Another
That'll be-
wild toss there, and the ball will go back to Scorebreak. Again, like I was saying earlier, these possessions are really going to kill your offense and your game if you can't get them down. It's another turnover.
A lot of turnovers here.
Yeah, I don't know if they're just getting tired or what, but it was
We
about
are playing at 8,400
Yeah.
feet, so you know
Yeah.
a week of playing lacrosse, and you might get pretty tired after that.
Yeah, no, certainly, especially in the fourth quarter. It's funny, you see teams completely change out here in the fourth quarter of play just from being winded. It's not really like your legs are that tired. It's just you can't really catch your breath that well all the time.
Sure. There's a double team, but beating the double team is number 2, Greg Mala. He's able to score.
Mala with another goal on the day.
Unassisted
Really
goal
impressing
by
me
number
out
2,
here.
Greg Mala.
7:42 remaining in the fourth quarter. Score break 10, Big Green Herd 4. Face-off win there by the Big Green Herd. Number 42 now with the ball. That's Brian Boucher. Outside two-point shot. That's eaten up by Sikierski.
It's a big shot there. It's the kind of shots they need, though, to change the momentum of this game. The 2-pointers, like I was talking about earlier.
That was Michael de Guzman getting checked in the back. Ball now with number 14 for the Big Green Herd, Mike Olentine. Great shot there by number 4, Matt Paul. We've called his name today a lot.
Matt Paul again with a goal out there. Part of the reason why this game's not a bigger spread.
Goal by number 4, Matt Paul.
Score now 10-5 for score break. 6:37 remaining in the fourth quarter.
6:37 in the fourth quarter.
I think if you were score break, you'd start to try to lock down on Matt Paul by now, knowing that he's one of the only reasons that they have 5 goals right now in this game.
So Ian, if you were the defensive coordinator here for score break,
I would definitely put my best pull onto Matt Paul and maybe slide a little bit earlier to him, knowing that the rest of the offense hasn't really done a whole lot for the team here.
what do you think about locking off?
What I think about is I mean, I would probably in certain situations I think I'd lock off. Obviously, they're not like having a bunch of set offenses, which it kind of makes it hard to lock off a guy in some instances because you kind of want a set offense play where you can lock the guy and not allow them to push the ball to him. But with these kind of broken offensive plays, you need more slides involved.
That ball is controlled by the Big Green Herds. Just under 6 minutes remaining now. Our score 10-5 for Scorebreak. Ball's ahead to number 17, Alex Otero. Bobby DeWeese now with it. Here comes number 40, Matt Tannenblatt. Back over to Paul. Now to DeWeese. DeWeese feeds crease. Fight for the ground ball. Picked up by Paul. Ball's loose in front of the cage. Picked up by number 46, James Bassett. 5 minutes remaining now in the fourth quarter. Scorebreak with the 5-goal lead and possession.
Pass will be tipped. Scorebreak will maintain possession. Bertrand dodging here. He's been a player that's really had a hand in this win and this 10-5 game today.
DeWeese now with the ball, bringing it over midfield. Outside two-pointer by DeWeese, saved there by Sikierski. Four minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Paul gets it over to number 16 for the outside shot. That was Todd Heritage. Ball now with number 14, Mike Olentine. Ball's now at the top of the box. Way outside is a shot by number 9, Cam Lee. That one bounces right off of Sikierski's leg, it sounded like.
Those never feel too good when you catch one off the leg or the foot.
Speaking from experience, I would agree with you. Ball now with number 14, Mike Olentine. Just above 3 minutes to play here. Big Green Herd down 5.
It's another shot that goes outside. Retain possession. Another turnover for the Big Green Herd, and that's kind of killing them here today. Kind of been the story of the day for them.
Bertrand is double team. Ball's taken away. Looks like we had a timeout there by Scorebreak.
That's a good coaching call, whoever made that call over there on the sidelines. Getting Bertrand out of the trouble.
That call might be one that might put him into the coach of the year, coach of the tournament running, I think.
Rites of passage. Rituals. Special ceremonies to mark the transition to adulthood. From the Arctic to the Andes, cultures around the world challenge their young men and women to test their wit, resourcefulness, and reverence for nature, to prove themselves physically.
Ball's up with Marks.
big bull dodge there for Scorebreak, number 9. That's Patrick Marks.
Ball now with number 12, Troy Loper.
Bertrand with it.
Loper down to number 2, Greg Malaw. Malaw will dodge. 2 minutes remaining in the game. There's a shot that goes left of the cage. Sounded like Feeney may have gotten a piece of it. Here comes number 42, Bryant Boucher. Ball now with number 24, Chase Bailey. And back at X with number 31, Ron John Dad.
Ron John Dad, what a great name. Looks like we got a player down out there for Big Green Herd.
Glad to see that he's walking off under his own power.
Yeah.
.120 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Scorebreak all but has this one locked up.
These are 2 veteran Vail lacrosse teams. I've seen Big Green Herd in 2 finals now. Fortunately, I haven't seen them win one, but also seen Scorebreak around for the last couple years as another good veteran Vail lacrosse team. It's good to see these teams come back out each year and continue to have success out here in the mountains.
We'd like to thank everybody, all of the volunteers, the staff, our production crew, Kai and CJ, for all that they've done to help out with the broadcast for this tournament and for putting on this tournament. I'd like to thank all of the people that provided food for staff. It's been a great week, and looking forward to coming back in future years. So we'll take a timeout and reset the shot clock. 18 seconds remaining. 6 seconds to Bertrand.
Bertrand's just gonna hold on to it there instead of taking the shot. And Scorebreak's gonna win this one, launching the ball into the other field.
Danahay just sends it flying down to the other field. And Scorebreak are your 2019 men's elite division champions here at the 2019 Vail Lacrosse Shootout. Ian, what were your thoughts on today's game?
I thought it was all around good matchup, good battle in the beginning. Scorebreak just able to convert on more of their possessions and offense, and that kind of led them to winning this game today.
Any final thoughts on the tournament?
Just happy to be here, happy that it was another great successful year, and can't wait to see what's to come in the years to follow.
So if you didn't make it out this year, be sure to come next year for the 48th annual Vail Lacrosse Shootout. For Ian Foster, I'm Matt Anderson. We will sign off, and we will see you next year.
Rites of passage.
If you could improve the life of a child in need by playing lacrosse, would you? With Lacrosse the Nations, you can. Join Team LTN today to change the lives of children around the world.
play across our great state, and we're here to stay. If you're looking for an independent, locally managed community bank where the employees are also the owners, we would like to be your bank. We're Alpine Bank.